Well, let's talk about this next bullshit on a slightly lighter note. Best opening.
Ooh.
This is not a lighter note.
Well, we've got our presumptive nominees. My Hero from Inuyashiki. Here from Ancient Magus Bride. Saturday Night Question from Recovery of an MMO Junkie. I had to look up these song titles. Feed the Fire from King's Game the Animation. EMG from Garo Vanishing Line. And Rapture from Junitaisen Zodiac War.
I'm going to put it out there. Rapture's my favorite opening, but I'm not going to try to fight for it as the best opening here.
Is there anything else we want? I know you guys have spoken positively about Black Clover.
Black Clover opening, Kino's
Yeah.
Journey opening. I don't know what the fuck they're called.
Okay, that's
Yeah,
fine.
I will wholeheartedly say both of those. There were some great openings this season.
Yeah, a lot of really good openings.
Although, to be completely honest with you, I don't like Kino's Journey's opening.
I loved it.
I think it's visually beautiful. It is a
that
gorgeous
song is my jam.
Yeah,
That's my kind of shit.
I don't care about the song though. The song
Yeah.
is where it loses me.
You know what? Okay, let's crank this shit to 11. I hate the opening song to Ancient Magus Bride. I don't like it. It's dumb. It's bad. It's a bad song. The girl should learn how to sing. She sings like butt. Gentlemen, take it away. I do not like that opening.
I don't know what. What?
Yeah, I don't... Wow, that just happened. Like, look, here's my problem with these next few categories, is that I don't have a background in music. I don't have a vocabulary to discuss music.
Okay. All right.
I am the least qualified person to sit here and argue in favor of music on any basis more in depth than, I don't know, I like listening to it. That said, here is what I can argue for Ancient Magus Bride's opening, because the opening is not just the song. It is the song and the visuals and the way they work together. And that opening opens up with Chise in this black void, wandering this way and that, not sure which way to go, not sure which way to turn, helpless and lost and afraid. And then it opens up, and you see that she is surrounded on every side by 1,000 candles, 1,000 points of light, this beautiful world all around her that she can't see because there's this invisible just blackness between her and the beauty of the world.
Okay.
And then Elias is there. And then from him springs, all of a sudden... we've talked about how beautiful this show is, and we will talk some more when we get to Purtiest Show.
The thorns, I feel like the thorn vines are a great interpretation of Elias as a character. Because Elias himself is dangerous. He is. You can't get away from the fact that, and it's kind of understated, but everything related to him and about him, there's a lot of danger and mystery there. And all those thorns mean a lot. You have to get past a lot of things to get to what's in there. And I feel like, the thorns in the opening are a very good representation of that. Also, I don't know what you hear when you hear the singer. Because I've heard...
She has that airy tone that I hate. It is so popular in the past since 2000, and I hate it.
Okay, interesting. Did you see Full Metal Alchemist's first Brotherhood's first opening?
Oh, by Yui?
Yeah.
Oh, Yui's great. I love Yui.
Okay, so I think I see then because
She has the Adele-sounding voice. That
if you like Yui and you don't like this one, I think I understand because I was like, okay, what's the closest one I can think of that? Okay. I can see that. I don't necessarily share that same feeling though.
No, you know what? This is all subjective.
Oh yeah.
Sure.
Am I mad though? Am I bothered? Though?
Yeah.
No. What I'm saying is I disagree with you on that. I think the singing is beautiful. I think it's gorgeous, especially if you listen to the song all on its own.
Yeah.
But if you don't dig the music, I understand that.
I just think the chorus sucks. I think the Watashi wa koko. That's a uninteresting chorus. Uninteresting. No, it is. The composition of that is not fun. It is not fun to listen to. I don't enjoy that.
To be fair, I do think I think the vocals are great, but I will admit to you, as far as a song goes, it is kind of rudimentary.
I guess that's what I'm feeling is like, it's not enjoyable, and the structure is so bare bones to me. The Black Clover opening knows what it is, and it's just dialed to 11. This one's trying to do something a bit more to it, and I think it ultimately fumbles its execution.
And I understand that. Visually, I actually think it's one of the least interesting on this list.
I'd argue that too.
It just has a couple of really good moments, but beyond those, it's a clip show.
Yeah, when we get the smash cuts, and I'm like, oh, I hate that because it spoils shit for me. That's why I hate it.
Well, it didn't actually spoil much of anything other than like...
I knew she was going to be on fire at some point. I hated that. You see that shot.
Wait, you mean the shot at the one they used in the actual episode, like with her coming down from the... I thought that was a metaphor. I legitimately never thought...
But every other moment we saw with the Ghibli monster getting blown up with Ruth, all of those are from an episode, so I knew by inference that must be coming up.
Actually, I knew all the other stuff was. I legitimately thought that was...
Just that one wasn't? Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I had not for a second. I'm like, they wouldn't have that there. That's from another episode too.
I suppose you're right.
I guess that's my biggest problem with it, is I understand the symbolism for it. I think that's really cool. But it's boring. It's a boring intro. I skip it.
I actually got to agree with him. It is a little boring, even though it does have beautiful moments. There's good symbolism there. By and large, it is not I like listening to it more than I like watching it. That's for sure.
Oh, see, that is the thing that I'm looking for more than pretty much anything else in an opening, is how reflective is it of the show.
Oh,
and so the symbolism, the themes there, yeah.
I will totally give you that. I just don't think it's interesting. Like, I agree that's cool, but it's not interesting to watch. I just don't like seeing her just kind of dancing around doing nothing with these really boring instrumentals and this one girl thinking she can sing. I'm sorry.
Stop being mean.
Also, stop saying you're sorry when you're not.
I'm not sorry. Okay.
Gomena
sorry. I know people really like this opening, so I enjoy stoking the flames of controversy. But the thing is, I ultimately think it's boring. I get it. It, as the insert song though.
Oh,
perfect.
Thank you for agreeing with me there, because great
moment. And when the instrumentals cut out and it's just her singing, that's dynamic. It's nothing dynamic about it. And I'm just like, whatever.
I thank you for agreeing with me. I would have fought you.
No, as the insert moment, I would have loved it as the insert song rather than the opening here. Okay. I just think it gets a little redundant to me. It's just a very, I don't know. I like some of the samba shit. Do 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 do.
Well, okay. Let's. Do you have anything else to say about it, or do you want to move on to the next?
Let's move on for now.
Sure.
Okay.
So let's try and find an easy cut if there is one. I don't even know if there is one. I put down EMG
Garo.
from Garo Vanishing Line because
I hate that.
That's fucking Power Jam.
Why
is it so bad?
It's so boring.
It's so boring. The visuals are boring.
Do you mean Jam Project? Is Power Jam a different thing?
No, I always say Power Jam. I don't know why. Jam.
Power Jam. No.
Yeah. No, Jam. That's fucking Jam Project. Love
it's so
Jam
boring.
It has 3. It has Hironobu Kageyama.
Okay. This is not a let's shit on things show, okay?
This
is a let's give things their due before we cut them.
Okay.
I like the sketchy style of it. I think the song, I'm sure that there are better Jam Project songs that I have not heard. I have not heard them.
One Punch Man's opening?
I guess.
Okay.
I have not heard it.
Okay.
I watched one episode of One Punch Man. I did not like it.
Oh, yeah.
It did nothing for me. If we're having our shit on things that people like day,
I'll give you a mic and that for 10 minutes.
Don't worry. One Punch Man is one of those shows I've seen people either like or hate. You have to like connect with that show, or otherwise it's like, okay, same joke over and over. Yeah, no, I get it. Anyway, point being,
I like the sketchy sepia tone style. I think the song is catchy. I don't think it hangs with some of the better songs on this list. so I'm more than fine with cutting it. But I wanted to put it on the list and give it its little props before we cut it.
It's got some cool visual stuff going on. Like, again, I think it's very well animated. It looks really good, but there's nothing to it.
There's definitely nothing to it beyond. If you want to talk about shows that openings that encapsulate their show, yeah, it's got some style, but there's nothing to it.
There you go.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
Glitter World.
Glitter World. It's getting a new opening next season.
Yeah. At best, it is dumb, and I like dumb things, but I only have so much patience for it. And yes, both Garo the show and this opening eventually run my patience out.
All right.
So cutting EMG from Garo Vanishing Line. We've got Juni Taisen Zodiac War Rapture on here.
I loved this opening. I loved every part of it, even the CG. There was something about the imagery that they use. It's this really kind of grungy style. And the song, it just sounds like this like late 90s, early 2000s rock band song that I really dig on. I don't know. I really loved it. I wouldn't fight for it to be number one, but god damn, there's just the striking visuals and that singer.
I gotta be honest, I don't remember a goddamn thing about it.
Oh yeah, well, I mean, you guys were never that enraptured by Juni Taisen. I found myself,
and that's the thing, is that a lot of this, you cannot separate an opening from its show. They are intrinsically linked because it is the first thing that you watch. It is what it's supposed to do anyway, is get you hyped up for the show. If you're kind of dreading the show, then even a good opening can make you...
There's a reason that I stopped watching the opening and skipped right to the show when it got bad, because I didn't want to associate the opening with it. Like I like watching the opening and just thinking like, look at all those cool character designs and fantastic imagery, and I love this music and this tone, and like the way that the way he says rapture every time is this kind of like off tone, and I don't know. I love the song, and I seem to be the only one here who even remembers most of it. So I'm just gonna sit over here being like, yeah, rapture.
I'll tell you what. Let's keep that on the list for now, while we search for other easy cuts. Because here's the thing.
I mean, you can cut it. Go ahead and cut it. Again, it's not even gonna get close to even the second spot, knowing the rest of these openings, and especially if I'm the only one who's gonna be fighting for it.
Well, sometimes one person's passion, because I wouldn't argue against it, and I hear you speaking passionately about it. But let's see what else we got on this list real quick. Look, can we all agree that My Hero from Inuyashiki stays on this list?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. We don't have to get into that one now then.
Kidding me?
Just making sure. So I put on Feed the Fire from King's Game. That's got a catchy song.
It is catchy.
The visuals are whatever.
The visuals are totally whatever. But as a song goes, it is catchy. But that is the only thing I can possibly give it.
I think it. Speaking of songs that encapsulate the show, it is like early 2000s new metal bullshit.
This is the end. This is the end.
I'm fine with cutting it. I wanted to give it those faint words of praise before we did.
You're not alone in this, my friend.
We're all cutting this together.
You hated that.
I'm not saying a word.
Yeah, okay.
All right, now we're getting to the tough stuff. Saturday Night Question from Recovery of an MMO Junkie.
Fuck me, dude.
This song is so good.
It's a real good song.
I didn't care about the opening at first. I honestly didn't.
It grew on me a lot.
Yeah, it grew on me too. I started listening into it on my own. Like at first I thought it was too poppy, and it was like okay, yeah, sound, noise, whatever. And then I watched it again and I listened to it and I watched it and I'm like, huh. This is really like, and if you look up the lyrics, yeah, this is perfect. And the visuals, the lyrics, they all sing up really well. And man, it's such a clever opening. The bit where they're designing their characters.
No, I love that.
That is so good. And the moment you just get with the Goku hair.
Yeah, just tiny moment.
I love that.
There's some cool thematic stuff going on there too. You know, she holds up the mirror
Yeah,
in
the
front
mirror.
of her
I like
face
that.
and all of the people, you know, and just her, as you know, we talked about it in the actual episode where that in-game avatar shows up, but her avatar just kind of wandering around like blank-faced, like, what am I doing? Where am I? What's happening here?
Opening's awesome.
Yes.
I love that opening.
Yeah.
That song is the perfect. It's indicative of like what I was scared of, because when I heard that song, I'm like, this is going to be garbage.
Yup.
The first time I heard it, I'm like, this is all alarm bells of the peppy bubblegum pop noise that people that like to buy figures and drown in Pocky love. Like, I love you, Tyler. But as the show progressed, and I was like, nah, man, they're just having fun. This is a fun show. And it is contemplative. It is showing that she is still like, she's kind of in this whirlwind of noise and colors and shit and trying to find herself. And it's fun.
Also, there's this great shot from the opening where she's back in the chair spinning around.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So, you know how that shot is really well animated? It's not. It's actually, well, I mean, it looks really good, but it is a very simple shot what they did there, and I love it. Because I went back to it and I'm like, oh my God, that's like three cells just moving around.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's so cool. And I love stuff like that. I know it's a weird thing to point out, but the opening is very conservative with how it uses its motion, and I love an opening that knows how to use limited animation to the fullest extent. And there's just so much meaning in the opening too.
It hits
like,
every emotional beat.
Yes.
I
So-
love it.
Yeah.
I'm going to go ahead and mark that one keep.
Oh yeah.
Yes, absolutely. I would fight for that one. That one's great.
All right. So we got Black Clover. What do we have to say about Black Clover? Because honestly, I know you guys feel real strongly about the song, not so much the visuals or...
The visuals are terrible.
They're okay.
I gotta say, like, we were talking about this in the car at one point, and you're like, yeah, no, listen to the song again, though. I listened to the song again. It doesn't do a thing for me.
I get pumped up when I hear it. Trust me, when I hear it on its own, but like, if I had to be honest with you, man,
It's fine.
yeah, I think it's a fun song. And trust me, as far as shonen openings go, there are way worse. But man, like for me, for an anime opening, the visuals also have to be good, and the visuals are butt. They are super
They're
butt.
pretty butt. You got your, you got what's her face crying, and then we have the shot, and then you have another shot of her crying again.
The worst part is, so you know that shot of her crying and she falls to her knees with
Yeah.
that kind of quick, like almost sped up cut.
Yeah.
I liked that. Then the animation for her going crazy is just the worst Sakuga. I was like, what is this? This is the opening where you're supposed to wow us. And this moment where she goes crazy with her power and you have looped animation, what are you doing?
I love that song though. That song is it's a Bleach and Naruto song
Oh,
together.
yep. Oh, yeah,
That's-
it was a good point. I was like, yep, it's what happens if you took a Naruto song and a Bleach song and then forced them to have a kid.
Yeah, it feels like it reminds me of the first Naruto ending is what it really reminds me of.
Wait, the first Naruto ending?
I think it's the song I'm thinking of.
No,
Maybe
you're
something
thinking.
else.
No, that's Wind.
Oh no, not that. Never mind.
Yeah,
Whatever.
no.
But yeah, I like the song. Yeah, but the visuals suck. So against everyone else on here,
Yeah. All right, cutting Black Clover, but wanted
Ow.
to make sure it got its due because I know how you guys feel about that song.
Bye, girl, bye.
Kino's Journey.
And here's the opposite for me.
I love this song. I love these visuals too. I love the use of color throughout this.
Yeah, actually, like I had a problem with the use of the color in the show that I never felt like it sent a consistent tone. Oh man, like if you'd show me this opening and said, "Do you want?" and asked me if I wanted to watch
Yeah, hey,
that
you want
show,
to watch this? Oh man, I
Yeah.
really like it.
like visually, it's got a lot going for it. Even though it's very, very, very limited in actual animation, but like it uses the picturesque like quality to a great extent.
Yeah, I love it uses all the blues and the browns all over the place. Look, I really enjoy them. I like when the bird shows up and they freeze frame once the chorus starts kicking in, and then use the bird as like the mask to you just see all these fucking birds everywhere as Kino's like driving on this and you see the horizon in the background. I love that shot, and it kicks in with the chorus so well.
That is a really cool moment.
Yeah, I like that one a lot, but
That said,
I'm not gonna fight for it.
Can you remember the song?
Nope. I remember specifically thinking that the visuals were really cool and the song didn't particularly do anything with them, or vice versa.
Yeah.
It seemed like a random song that they put to these cool visuals with no through line between them or connective tissue.
I thought they worked together pretty well. But I will die alone.
Cutting Kino's journey.
Defending Kino's journey to the very end.
Oh yeah, that's what I do.
Nah, you could have dragged your heels way harder on Kino's journey if you'd wanted to. You saved that fervor for King's Game. So on the list right now, we've got My Hero from Inuyashiki. We've got Saturday Night Question, Recovery of an MMO Junkie. And we've got, sort of with question marks next to them, we've got Here from Ancient Magus Bride and Rapture from Juni Taisen. It sounds like it's My Hero and Saturday Night Question.
It totally is.
If it is, those are great.
Yeah.
So we haven't talked about My Hero, but holy
Yeah.
fuck, the imagery in My Hero is so good.
Yeah, look, I'm gonna put this out there. This is the winner.
Yeah.
Yeah, My Hero is so good.
It's insane. The song is easily, if not the best on the list, then is at least up there with Saturday Night Question. It's
Man
up
on a
there
Mission
with
is knocking it out of the fucking park lately.
Have you guys seen the official music video?
Yeah,
It's
I have.
so good.
Yeah, it's great. No, they have a fucking blast, and you can actually see them in Shinjuku. They're on one of the monitors.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
But they're oh man,
Yeah.
so fucking good. Just Hero, the opening shot of Hero grabbing his mom, like just bending down.
and then it's like he's falling.
Yeah,
with
he's
her.
like falling into oh, it's so neat.
And the city popping out of his back, and oh my god, and the shot of Inuyashiki's face re-entering the atmosphere, them looking at, it's so goddamn good. I remember watching it holy shit, what am I gonna watch
I know,
tonight?
and you get this fucking
Yeah.
Rube Goldberg machine of shit going on. I'm just like, what the fuck's happening?
the shot of Hiro's face in that
He's crying and coming down.
miserable, and it's when does, and knowing Hiro as a character, you're like, how does this happen?
Exactly.
What could possibly drive Hiro, this fucking robot, to be that emotional? And yeah.
I didn't think I would have to fight to get this into the top spot.
But you were ready.
I was ready to, and I'm glad I didn't have to, because if this has
No.
shown us anything, it's that I'm shit at arguing this particular category.
No, this opening, this was never a question in my mind. This opening, I never skipped it. I always watched it because it so well encapsulates the tone of the show, and it fits so fucking well.
I don't know if the song, I don't know how well the song encapsulates the feeling of the show necessarily, but it did get me pumped every time. And again, I think the song is fucking great. It is a good fucking song, and I love the visuals. I cannot overstate how well, it's easily
Yeah, these
the best.
visuals are top of the season.
Yeah. And the fact that the marbles say Shinu.
Yeah, I love
I'm like,
that.
fuck, dude.
It's great. Yeah, and then okay, so we're cool with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My Hero number one.
And Saturday Morning Question being the runner-up, I could not have
Yeah, no,
asked
those
for
are
a
Yeah.
better.
that's great. I'm okay with that.
I'm fine with that.
Those are good.
Congratulations to our best opening of fall 2017, My Hero from Inuyashiki. Congratulations to runner-up Saturday Night Question from Recovery of an MMO Junkie.
I'm glad we're doing runner-ups.
Yeah, no, I think it's important to give props, and you'll see a bit of the thought process when you look at those two.
Guys, now let's talk about the best ending.
MMO Junkie.
Agreed, but for form's sake.
Sure,
I
give us-
don't remember any of the other ones.
Give me
So we've got
What do we got?
we've got our nominee list. Hikari from Recovery of an MMO Junkie. Sophia from Garo Vanishing Line.
It had a closing theme?
It did.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it was the
did.
little fuckers.
Yeah, that was.
And
that was
you
not
see
bad.
Sophie like studying or like sat in her
Whatever.
chair or whatever.
Yeah.
It was like crayon outline drawings.
Yeah.
Keshin no Kimono from Junitai-sen Zodiac War. And To You Who Taught Me Love from Inuyashiki.
The use of the ending theme in the last episode of Inuyashiki is so well done.
Yeah,
And because when you get the lyrics with what's like going, like that's when it really hit me, was when you see just paired on top of his explosion with the lyrics. I'm like, oh my God, don't do this to me.
Yeah, you gotta give it
Like-
an extra point for using it beautifully in the last episode.
Like that was a great use of the ending there.
It's a very good. Okay, so it says something that's the only other ending I remember. Like now that you brought it up, I'm like, oh, okay, yes, I remember that opening. I remember the song, and I remember how stupidly pretty it is. Like it is a pretty ending. That being said, I don't know. The ending to MMO Junkie just shows you a lot about the characters. It is so well put together. It's
I love
so
when it changes
clever.
the visuals.
Yeah,
I
it-
love
yeah.
that. Like that one. Like there's I don't know. I think there's a few episodes where she's dolled up for one of them, or at least for a bit. Can't remember.
Yeah.
It's episode 6 where she's like at the computer and she's
Yeah.
still all like dressed up. Like, oh wow, they actually did that.
By the
It's
way,
so cool.
good move. Halfway through the season, they switch up something.
Yeah.
Like they did that with the opening too. By the way, did you know that they changed one of the visuals in the opening?
Which one was that? No.
So you know when her character is kind of looking in this mirror, and then it switches back to show like other characters. Well, it switches back to show on the second half. Oh God, it switches back to show Hayashi and her original character. I think like the original one.
Oh.
Yeah.
From the chibified cherub
Yeah,
game.
I think so. Damn, sorry. I should have brought this up without remembering the exact details. But yeah, they do change the visuals at least once in the opening, so I thought that was neat.
Very cool.
But it's tough for me. I'm gonna have to put it out there. My number one is definitely the closing to MMO Junkie, though I really do love the closing to Inuyashiki too.
I mean, is that like we don't have to belabor this if it's just obvious. Is it going to be MMO Junkie with Inuyashiki as runner-up?
How do you feel? Because you seem to really like the closing.
Like
Inuyashiki.
the only thing that puts me in the camp of Inuyashiki was the use in the show proper. Like that
And
is the
that's-
only thing that's pushing me for that. And how much weight that carries for the rest of you, I don't know. But for me, I can't imagine the ending of that show without that song now.
See, I think that would be an argument for like best conclusion, or like that would be a good inclusion as best moment.
Yeah,
I don't.
yeah, and
I don't
that's
think that
fine.
really reflects on the ending as an ending.
Yeah, and so if you want to go, if you want to take it that way, I will totally agree. MMO Junkie, probably the most consistent one. I love the animation for it. I love how it served the story.
Yeah, and
It was good.
To be honest, when I came to the opening, I didn't even factor that into like for Ancient Magus Bride. Actually, didn't even factor into me about using it in the how they used it in that scene proper, because
Yeah.
I felt like that's more of an artistic choice and less to do with the ending itself or opening itself.
Yeah.
So yeah, I personally will have to go with MMO Junkie Inuyashiki.
All right. Well, just to give a quick shout out before we do
Sure.
that to Junitai-sen Zodiac War. I do love I do love endings that show characters in
Oh,
a
yeah,
vastly
yeah.
different context.
Yeah,
I love that too.
I gotta hand it to that. You're right.
And yeah, that was really cool. I like that they did that. That's a solid ending. That said, yeah, I am totally fine with MMO Junkie Inuyashiki.
Yeah.
If the ending song for Junitai-sen had been a better song, and Junitai-sen had been a better show.
Yeah.
it's
Yeah, that'd
very
be a serious contender.
Yeah, it would have been a very serious contender because, wow. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, I love that
I'd
ending.
forgotten about the visuals. I'm like, oh shit, that was so cool. Getting to see these characters outside the battlefield, getting to see fucking Rabbit on Usagijima, like on fucking Rabbit Island. I was like, fuck, that's cool.
Yeah, that's really cool. That said, it's it's still frames, which doesn't have to be a negative when it comes to an ending,
yeah.
but isn't really a positive either.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, I think...
Thanks for pointing that out. I think that was good to talk about.
Yeah, good to give it its props, but congratulations to Best Ending, Hikari Hikari from Recovery of an MMO Junkie. Congratulations to runner-up, To You Who Taught Me Love from Inuyashiki.
Good.
Cry.
Man, it just, from opening to ending, it's reversed.
Yeah.
I like it.
They were damn good, man.
Yeah, both damn fine contenders. Let's talk about our contenders for Purtiest Show.
Oh, man. All right. What you got? I will
All
fight
right.
hard.
We got some nominees here. We got Ancient Magus Bride. We've got Inuyashiki. We've got Kino's Journey. We've got Garo Vanishing Line. And we've got Just Because. Is there anything else that we want to add to this list?
The first episode of Juni Saisen? Seriously, such a good-looking episode. God damn it.
No, I don't think so. I think that's good.
I mean, I know what I would fight for in the top spot.
What?
Ancient Magus Bride.
Thank you.
Magus
Okay,
Bride.
can we all agree
Yeah,
that
no,
Ancient
okay,
Magus
cool.
is the prettiest show?
Yeah.
Purtiest show?
Purtiest. It is the... Oh, my God. If you couldn't call it the Purtiest Show after that last episode, I don't
Yeah.
know what you're doing with your eyes. Give them to somebody who can use them.
Clearly, you're using them wrong. Yeah, Ancient Magus. I've consistently praised the visuals, the backgrounds, every fucking element of that show visually is well on display.
Yeah.
Love that shit.
Picturesque was made for this fucking show. Every frame's a painting.
I think the tough decision here is runner-up, honestly.
It kind of is.
Okay, what were the other dumb shows?
Because we got Inuyashiki, Kino's Journey, Garo Vanishing Line, and Just Because.
Okay.
So that's kind of difficult. So I'd like to point out that when Just Because wanted to look good, it could look so...
It did.
It reminded me very much of, like, again, old paintings of classic life, you know? Like, it could be so pretty.
I might... Okay.
Its character designs are a little middle of the road. They're not
Yeah.
bad.
Oh, okay. If I, like... They're so weird because they could be good if they actually, I don't know. They're too anime to be slice of life, but too dull to. It's
No,
so
I know what
weird.
you mean. They're
Yeah.
like they're not expressive enough to be more anime, and they're not anime enough to be really subdued that they want to be. It's really weird.
Yeah, right. I felt like that's one of the
Like the
problems.
characters and backgrounds are mismatched.
Yeah, it's one of the problems with anime that I feel
Mm-hmm.
sometimes is that, okay, look, if you're going for slice of life, make everything consistent. Otherwise, you're gonna have this like Azumanga Daioh.
I was just gonna bring up like Azumanga Daioh.
You want to talk about consistency between characters in the foreground and the background? Perfect.
Yeah.
Nichijou, perfect. Although Nichijou's a comedy, I don't know why I brought that up. Same artist.
no, yeah,
Anyway,
yeah,
point
same
being, like, you want to talk about slice of life, you've got to have consistency. And yeah, that's one of the problems Just Because had. Backgrounds were all beautiful. And sometimes the characters had this very good, like Scarf Girl, Band Girl had a great design aesthetic to her. She was always kind of somber and she's curled up.
I liked the lighting a lot, and Just Because they
Ooh,
used lighting
yeah.
very well. A lot of like the episodes that took place at night, I thought looked really interesting too.
They were very good at communicating light in that show.
Yeah, I thought it was. They did a lot that was really cool with some of the compositions, but I do kind of agree with what you said that like just the characters were just like they felt like a little misplaced on there. I don't know.
On the flip side, you've got something like Inuyashiki, which could be so beautiful with the cityscapes, but then was real inconsistent with the animation quality, with the CGI.
Yeah, I would not push for the show to be the looker. It is not.
Yeah.
There are some episodes that are stellar, but I'm not.
There are some shots that are stellar.
Yes,
Yeah.
there are shots.
Oh my God, every time he would fly up into the air at night over Tokyo, I'm like, that is a great artistic representation of what Tokyo looks like at night from the sky. I was like,
Yeah.
that's pretty as fuck.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, the rest of the show sometimes had really good animation and sometimes not really.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love the art. I mean, it's a manga adaptation, and he has a very distinctive art style.
Yeah.
I'm glad they kept that there. But Purtiest,
Yeah.
I would not say so.
Yeah.
And along those same lines, like, there could be pretty things about Garo Vanishing Line. I know you very heavily criticized its backgrounds in particular as not holding up. I don't think this hangs.
When it comes down to it, Gato has a couple of really cool action scenes. Its monster design always seemed kind of boring to me, if I had to be honest with you. They always kind of just seemed generic, run-of-the-mill, like demon monsters.
Yeah.
And I honestly, if they'd gone more fucking Power Rangers with it, I might have actually been
I
more
know.
entertained.
I wanted some more goofy shit.
Though we did get that with that fucking sheriff dude. I was like, that is 100% a Sentai monster. And it was in an episode I hated. Shit.
Yeah.
But,
I like the art, the character art specifically in Garo.
Oh,
I thought
yeah.
was
Yes.
consistently good. Every
Yes.
character consistently looked fantastic.
like, say what you will about Luke. He's got a cool design with,
No,
the,
and he- yeah,
with
and he
the
looked
silver
great.
hair and his like trench coat and guns. I'm like, hey, Gungrave, how you doing?
Yeah.
And Sword is just everything about his design I love.
He's great.
Even though he kind of looks like he grabs Sora's outfit from Kingdom Hearts 2 and then just wore it out. But that being said, like,
I always thought visually it was interesting.
visually it's very interesting. But again, I hate the backgrounds were
The backgrounds were
worst.
pretty fucking bad. I think
With
the only one that was good was the Texas, or not Texas, fucking go to the West one.
Yeah.
With the notable exception of that episode, yeah.
Kino's I wouldn't push for. I think it had some episodes that did some fun stuff with it, like specifically with
In the clouds.
The clouds, and the mentor episode I liked. Use of color there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It could do some cool visual stuff.
Yeah, but like that cloud episode had some awesome fucking shit, really haunting stuff with the use of red. That was real good.
Yeah.
God, I really wish they would have done more stuff like that.
I know if they did, that would have helped it a
I
lot.
felt like they were afraid to sometimes.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I put it on this list because I wanted to make sure it got its props. But yeah, I agree. It's got its high points, but I don't think it hangs. Which, actually, that leaves
What does
us.
that leave us with?
That leaves us with Ancient Magus Bride and Just Because.
I'm okay with that.
I'm okay
Yeah,
with that.
I'm really
Honestly,
okay with that.
The gripes I have with Just Because are minor in the grand scheme of things. I think it's actually pretty good.
Actually, let me put something out there, and it hurts me to say this. Black Clover wasn't it wasn't all okay. Black Clover could look really good when it needed to. Like there were some times where the backgrounds look at the backgrounds in Black Clover. From a guy who hates this show.
Yeah, they were fine.
Yeah, the backgrounds were really good.
They had, some shots of the village with like the big old demon head or whatever. Some of those looked really good. You could tell those were like fucking.
Yeah,
paintings
and
Some of the backgrounds could be really good. The character designs were knockoff Fairy Tale, which itself is knockoff One Piece.
You're already
Yeah,
two
it's-
steps removed from quality.
Yeah, I found that really interesting. It's like they took Fairy Tale and put a little bit of Kubo in there.
Yes, that's what it feels like.
And that's so weird to me. Some of the character designs I actually liked. Some of them. Most of them were just, okay, whatever. I've seen you a million times before. But no, the backgrounds. I just want to give it a shout out. The backgrounds and some of the Sakuga. Like there were some moments where the animation was like, oh, what are we doing up here? And then there was the scene on the fucking on the broom.
Oh, I know, right?
Yep.
Completely ruined what could have been a great moment.
Oh yeah, absolutely destroyed
God,
it. I was
absolutely ruined.
I was like, oh cool, we're getting this, and what the hell am I watching? Oh God, and remember that shot of that bird flying through
Yes!
the portal? Oh my God, that
Oh.
was terrible.
Yeah. You know what?
But the
But-
backgrounds were good, and sometimes the Sakuga was super good.
But I think for the rest of the episode, once we hit episode like 6, man, there was some gross shit.
Oh yeah.
There was some real gross Asta frames there, looking like Kaiji, dude.
All right.
All right,
So
yeah,
good.
sounds like Purtiest Show. Congrats to Ancient Magus Bride, and congrats to runner-up Just Because.
We didn't forget about you.
Yeah.
look at Just Because it still had something in it. It still had something in it.
Still good.
Best soundtrack.
Oh shit. Well, okay.
What do you have down?
So what I have down, and again, we've demonstrated I am shit at this. What I have down is Ancient Magus Bride and Just Because.
That's it.
I think,
Here's the thing about soundtracks, about OSTs.
Uh-huh.
I don't notice it unless it's really good or really bad.
yeah.
I would put Inuyashiki in there.
I would put Black Clover in
I can
there.
dig on that.
Black Clover had some cool music.
It did have some. It has some cool medleys.
Yeah, I'd love to use Celtic music.
Yeah, I enjoyed that.
Yeah,
that was cool.
If I had to pick something out from the show that I consistently was okay with, it was actually the music.
Yeah.
Um,
Inuyashiki, I feel like had because the character themes really stood out to me.
can't. I'm having trouble remembering the music. I remember one very specific piece, but that's because I thought it was super out of place. It was the
Yeah.
scene with the planes.
Yep.
Like
Yeah.
I felt-
That was out of place. I will agree.
And I like that piece too. That wasn't the problem. I was like,
Yeah.
what is this doing?
Just a weird choice for that scene.
Because it was so over the top villainry, and I'm like, oh no, poor move there.
I think the OST carries a lot of the weight of the tension in that show, and I don't think people notice it.
But and that's good.
And I think that is good. On that degree, I can understand people saying that it's not, nothing notable if it's not like super blowing you away. But I guess I noticed it. It was especially with Hero. I think a lot of the tension with Hero was driven by the sound. A lot of the sounds that were going on and the use of silence.
Yeah.
Comparing with that was really good.
Just because we've already talked about
God,
one of the
but
saving graces
man,
of that
is the
show
music,
the music,
dude.
Yeah.
Just because it has dank music.
And here's why I'm so bad at this, because I cannot separate it from the show, and I just hated my time with that show so much that other than that one trumpet song, which was actually a plot point in the it was diegetic or non-diegetic, whichever is the one that means
It's
in universe.
diegetic.
Okay, yeah, because it is diegetic, I remember it, and it was beautiful. I couldn't tell you a goddamn thing about the rest of that, and that is entirely an indictment of me, not the show.
Its music was really, really good. A lot of fun modern, like some cool ambient tracks. A lot of really unique instrumentation. Just very pleasant, easy listening. That I think is, I don't know. I always enjoyed it being on. I loved listening to the music for that. Magus Bride, though?
I don't know if Magus Bride is best soundtrack or best insert song.
right? Yeah, because that's...
And I don't know if that's an important distinction. It's still use of music in the show.
It is 100% still soundtrack.
Yeah,
Okay.
I would say so.
Yeah.
All right.
And to that extent, my personal placement is Magus Bride just because.
I mean, I'm fine with that.
I'm also okay with that.
Yeah, Magus Bride is one of those few shows that its music is wholeheartedly a part of the experience.
Yeah, the Titania thing is made by the fucking music.
Oh my fucking god!
so
I forgot about the
good.
Titania scene.
Actually,
that was so
The
good.
bagpipes and shit.
Yeah.
Oh
It's
my
rockin'.
god! I came to that music.
It's so good.
And oh god, bagpipes for me are such a love and hate relationship. When they're overbearing, they're terrible. But when they're used appropriately, they're like, oh my god,
They're
the
tastefully
majesty.
used here. Yeah.
Yes.
Good shit.
Oh my god.
So congratulations.
Again.
To best soundtrack, Ancient Magus Bride, runner-up, Just Because.
Man, look at Just Because pulling those runner-ups, even
You
though
can
it got
do it.
boring as balls.
Well, I mean, that's why we go into these categories, to give things that the total package might not have been there, but you give them their time to shine.
Story and character's not the best. All the other shit,
Yeah.
pretty good.
Guys, let's talk about the best surprise this season.
Best surprise. Oh,
And are you talking about like overall, like this is the show?
Yeah,
or
the
moment?
show that
Okay.
surprised us the most with its, that we had the least expectations for, that exceeded those expectations for
Oh,
leaps
well,
and
I
bounds.
mean-
I know mine.
So-
What you got?
So, well, here's what I've got down. I've got Recovery of an MMO Junkie, and I've got Ancient Magus Bride. Is there anything else that should be on this list?
okay, so Junie Tyson surprised the hell out of me with those first 3 episodes. I was enraptured, I know, again, by that show. But unfortunately,
Like,
I had so little expectation going into most of this stuff. Like, the only thing that I had any expectations for was Inuyashiki, just knowing that it was by the Gantz guy. Some of these I had negative expectations for. Ancient Magus Bride, I mean, I came into it watching that god-awful OVA, which
Yeah,
every
that
time
would
I
do
talk
it.
about how bad it is, people in the comments will say, it's not that bad. It's that bad. It made me dread watching more.
I'm going to go. Still need to watch them.
I do too.
I'm still wondering if you could have just gone into that experience after watching these episodes, how you'd feel.
Eh? I would be very curious to hear a different viewpoint.
Okay.
Can we-
before we start the next season?
Yeah.
Let's watch those.
Sure. Okay.
Cool.
Before we continue, can we all agree that MMO Junkie blew us away?
Oh yeah. Like honestly, we've
I
been
think that would
dancing
be
around the
number one.
subject, but yeah, that's number one.
Okay, cool. I
Like-
just want to make sure that that's number one.
Yeah, we all thought it was going to be bad.
Yeah, I think everyone here thought it was gonna suck.
Whereas you thought Magus Bride was going to suck because you watched the OVAs, we all collectively thought MMO Junkie was going to suck because the name of the show is Recovery of an MMO Junkie.
Yeah. I will also. I'm cool with Magus Bride too, also being on there because I had no expectations. You had negative. Mine were already dashed with episodes 1 and 2. When I was like, by the time I was watching it, and it wasn't until like we really get to some magic shit that I was like, oh, this is what you are. Holy shit.
Well, and also because, the promotional art, which I also saw going into it,
yeah.
focused so heavily on Chisei, and I was expecting her to just be the worst kind of waifu bait. And, yeah, being proven wrong was such a wonderful surprise.
I'm so glad we didn't just get Emmy. We could have got an Emmy.
Yeah, just like depressed, sad.
Oh, I'm so sad.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know what to do with the world.
Love me because the world is so hard. And
I've got a magic wand, but I'm not going to use it.
I don't like my dad.
Guys, should
Do
we
it.
just call it Best Surprise?
Do it.
Congratulations to Recovery of an MMO Junkie. Congratulations to runner-up, Ancient Magus Bride.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was good.
Actually, for me, the biggest surprise was Inuyashiki. Like, personally. Like, okay, besides MMO Junkie. Magus Bride didn't surprise me at all. I saw the visuals, I saw the people behind it. I was like, that's probably going to be good.
I can also dig on Inuyashiki, but I was only just like, oh, the Gantz dude made something else. I didn't know about it. That was my
Yeah.
surprise. It wasn't the show that surprised me. I had full faith it was going to be great.
I had no idea. So
Yeah.
for me, I'm just gonna give it up on this one because I'm like, well, obviously I'm the odd man out here. So fine, yeah. Magus Bride was the second biggest surprise.
I think the fact that he watched the OVA and hated it helps put that.
Probably, yeah.
Like, because
A little
that
bit.
being able to win you back is so much harder.
Yeah.
Yeah.